Shalom, Israel. This is the IHUPK come out of 1 West 125th Street Hall, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been letting the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians know who they are. They are the true Israelites according to the Bible. We are the Jews, you understand? And it's about time that we come back to the Most High God. You understand? We come back to the Most High God and follow His laws, His statute, and His commandments. And this is what we must do as the chosen people of God. And we're going to continue the series of the deceiver. We all know who the deceiver is on the face of the earth, and that is Esau, the oppressor, the European, the so-called white man. You understand? We as blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians need to know who he is and what his characteristic is, and what he has done. And his best tool, besides the sword, is his tongue. He has a lying tongue, and with that tongue, he's caused destruction. He's caused death. He's even caused war. You understand? And we're going to get into that during this class on the Deceiver Part 3. As blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, this will help us know who we are as God's chosen people. You understand that we are a vessel of honor, and that is every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian. That's Jacob, Israel, and the European man is a vessel of dishonor. I'm paraphrasing the scriptures as so. How we're supposed to act one way and they act a whole different way. We act one way and they act a whole totally different way on the other side of the spectrum. And we're going to get into that and have a look. We're going to get into that to Lakia, and we're going to recap what it is. So we're going to go back into the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 29, just to identify who this man is, to identify who these people are. You understand? Because Esau, Edomites, who Esau's name was changed to, he has a characteristic. He acts a certain way, he talks a certain way, he moves a certain way. And those of Israel, the seed of Jacob, Jacob's name got changed to Israel because he wrestled the angel, as the scriptures say. We have our own characteristics. We act a certain way, we do certain things. We have the laws of the Most High God. So with that being said, that means we are supposed to live a certain way. You understand? We're supposed to act a certain way, and we're supposed to do certain things that pertain to the Most High God's law. For example, what to eat, how to talk to each other, who to have sex with, who to have families with, what holidays to celebrate, what holidays not to celebrate, who to go to war with, who not to go to war with. Because the Most High God showed us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, his laws, his statutes, and his judgments. And no other nation knows his judgments. Because we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we're the only ones being punished for not following the laws of God. Everyone else on the planet does these wicked atrocities, you understand? Every other nation on the planet, they're homosexuals, they commit murder, they thieve, they do all types of wickedness. But yet, they have not been punished like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians because they don't know the judgments of the Most High God. You understand? It's like if you have a child, and your child is around a group of other kids that aren't your kids, but you tell your child, yo, don't do that. Or you tell all of them, don't do that. You get in trouble. And like kids do, they do it. They disobey and they do it. You're not going to go and discipline their children. You only care about your children. And that's what the Most High God has done. I mean, all the laws we've broken, He's punishing us. He's throwing these curses on us. You understand? That's why we're lost. We don't have our identity. We worship wood and stone, which is Islam, stone, and Christianity, which is wood. You know what I'm saying? We follow the oppressor. We follow his holidays. We just got done celebrating 4th of July. Christmas, President's Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? These are the things we do because we lost our identity. We lost a sense of who we are and how we're supposed to act as a people. And we go back into the book of Genesis and realize who Esau is, the deceiver, and what he does, we might have an understanding that we're supposed to do the opposite of what he does. Like the scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6, we are a holy people. And the word holy separately means to be separate. It doesn't mean nothing divine or nothing sacred. It means to be separate. We are separate. We are separate apart from all other nations of people on this planet Earth. You understand? Because we are chosen upon the Most High God. We are chosen to be holy, not as separate, because we are supposed to do certain different things. As they do unlawful things and wicked things, we do the right things unto the Most High God. We do the righteous things which pertain to the Most High God. We do tasteful things to the Most High God. While all the heathen nations, especially Esau, the oppressor, the European, the white man, he does the distasteful things. You as a black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you do the tasteful things unto the Most High God. You appease the Most High God. You live a righteous life because you know the statutes. You know the laws, you know the commandments and the judgments because it was given upon you. Like it says in the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verses 19 and 20. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But let's get into these scriptures. What's going to be the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 29. To recap who Esau is and how despicable he is and what how he's a liar. Just how he's a liar. So let's get into that. Verse 20, Salakia. Verse 29. And Jacob spied pottage, and Esau came from the field. He was faint. Verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name changed to Esau. And that's a characteristic we explained in the last two videos. The European man, the oppressor, you understand? The one who owns all these Fortune 500 companies, the one who's on the dollar bill, the saying, if it's not white, if it's not right, it's not white. I mean, it's sloppy. If it's white, it's right. You know what I'm saying? That man, he eats raw meat. He likes his steak rare, medium rare. You understand? He'll fish out a goddamn shark, fillet it, and eat it raw. This is his characteristic. He eats raw food. You understand? That's an identity marker. He's done that in the past, and he's doing it now. Us blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we love our season. You know what I'm saying? We love our season salt, we love our garlic, we love our adobo, we love our sassoon, we love our pepper, our salt. We season our food and we cook it well done. We're not supposed to eat blood. That's a law within that's a law in the Bible. You understand? Let's keep reading. Salakia. Verse 31. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. Now get this clear. Early in the scriptures, a few verses back, an angel came to Salakia. An angel came to Rebecca and told her, one child is going to be stronger than the other. One child is going to serve the other. And that child that's going to be served will be the youngest. And Jacob is the youngest, and the oldest is Esau. So Jacob was chosen. He was always chosen from the Most High God. You understand? So even though he sold him his birthright, he has already been chosen by the Most High God. And Rebecca knows this. But that's going to come later on to the scriptures. We're going to pay attention. You understand? Sell me this day thy birthright. Verse 32. And this is what shows you the type of man Esau is. Like how foolish he is, how ignorant he is as how they are as a people. Because you understand, you are the seed of your father. And his characteristics is the trait of is the characteristics his seed is gonna have, his sons and his daughters are gonna have. You understand? This is how they are. They are foolish. You understand? This is what Esau said. Verse 30, Slakia. Verse 32. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die. At what point shall this birthright do to me? You understand? He's a very ignorant man. He's a very highly ignorant man. Well, let's get to the last verse. Verse 34. Then Jacob gave Esau Salakia bread and pottage of lentile. And he ate, and he did eat and drink, and rose up, and then went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. You understand? Esau is a highly pride, ignorant man. The same way he was in the beginning of time when he came upon earth is the same way he is in present day. You know, so he's highly ignorant and prideful. And I'm gonna give you a precept to that. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 1. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22. To show you how foolish he is as a man to say his birthright, it means nothing to him. That it profits him not. Even though it wasn't for him, but it came out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why the Most High God says something. I'm gonna give it to you right now after this verse. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. You know what I mean? It was foolish of him to even sell a birthright, not knowing it was never his, but for him to say he despised his birthright and that it profited him not was very foolish of him. And that's the people we deal with today. They are fools, you understand? They are very foolish people. And I say these are the same people who wrote a bill and said it was lawful for a man and a man and a woman to get married. You understand? These are the same people who go around who go around today and what's the word I'm looking for? Salakia. Well, basically, they're trying to take out slavery out of the history books because they have white guilt. You understand? They want to change history. But they're fools, because history will not be destroyed. History will not be taken, you understand? As long as the ISUP County Commander General Yohana is still around, it will be around. That they'll never take away that history. How our oppressor had blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians enslaved in this side of the earth, on the earth, enslaved in this side of the earth for over damn near 450 years. You know what I'm saying? We're breaking into probably 540 years. You understand? These people who call themselves wise are truly fools. I'm saying these are the same people who rule the world. These people are in power, and you see how the world's falling apart. You know what I'm saying? The northern west, the northern west part of the United States is still on fire. They don't know how to take care of that. You know why? Because this wicked man is ruling right now. The scripture said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. You see how the world is falling apart and being destroyed. You see how monkeypox and all these plagues come around because the Most High God does not want this man in power. The Most High God does not want these people to rule the world because they don't know justice. They don't know judgment. They are fools. They are children. You understand? And he's a deceiver, deceiving you to make him believe he's right. And the problem with this is when you see us men, us brothers, us men of the war, us men of war of the Lord. You understand? We go out there every Saturday. Saturday, we tell our people that you are the chosen people of God. You understand? We are the chosen people of God and we must come back to them. You know what I'm saying? They want to argue and fight you. Your own people, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you understand? Negroes, Haitians, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans, Native Americans, Brazilians, Colombians, Nicaraguans, Salvadorians. They want to argue us down. But let a man with a pale face, blue eye, hazel eyes, and tell you, "Yo, I think you're the Jews," and it'd be like something new to them. They never heard it. Let alone that the ISUPK has been telling blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians since 1969, we are the chosen children of God. We must get back to the Most High God and follow His laws, statute, commandments. You understand? Because it's of us, and we need to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? If you want these curses to stop, if you want these curses to cease, you understand? If you want that nasty pale bastard to get off your neck, you understand? You have to come back to the Most High God. But again, the scripture says, like right here, the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 22, professing themselves to be wise, but they are fools. These are foolish people. These are foolish people who are building a space force. You understand? Who's that space force for? The so called terrorists on Earth. You understand? They really think that they're building a space force to counter Christ and the angels because they know it's up there. They're in these scriptures too. They know Christ is coming back with his chariots and his angels ready to free his people, ready to wage war on this earth. And the scriptures say that war is gonna last more than an hour, a glorious hour. You understand? Where they think they're so mighty and big and bad, in 60 seconds they're gonna realize they ain't nothing. All that advanced technology, all that advanced warfare will be wiped away within 60 minutes. I said seconds, but Slocky, 60 minutes. That's how fast this war is going to be over. You understand? They think themselves wise instead of chance against the Most High God when He sends His Son Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ in the English. You know, say ignorantly call Him Jesus Christ with the angels and chariots. They're going to be wiped away. But they, again, Salakia, professing themselves to be wise, but they become fools. You know what I'm saying? They became fools. You know what I'm saying? They became fools. You understand? So how can I say this? They became fools for the simple fact that this King James Version Bible is still around. This is the book for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you understand? They should have destroyed this book. This book is for the freedom and the liberation of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the true Jews and true Israelites of God. They should have destroyed this book. They should have got rid of this book when it came in 1690 and 1611. They should have got rid of this goddamn book, but it still stands. And it's the number one selling book in the world for a reason. You understand? This is the only book that predicted the future in the past and that's going prophecies in the past, the future, and you see it right now. You see all the prophecies going on right now. You understand? World War III is happening. That's in the scriptures. You understand? Slavery happened for blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. We went into cargo. We went into cargo ship slavery. Understand? They should have destroyed this book. Had they destroyed this book, we still would have been lost. You understand? Maybe wait a little longer, but now is the time for Black Hispanics, Native American Indians to get back to the Bible, to understand who you are, to understand who the oppressor is, who your enemy is, who the deceiver is, the devil. The word deceiver means the devil. So when the ISUPK, the men of the Lord, come out every Friday or every Saturday or Friday and tell you the white man's the goddamn devil, it's the truth and it's in the Bible. He's a deceiver. He lies to you. Understand? How many treaties did this oppressor give to the Native American man and broke all of them? How many treaties? I don't have the exact number, but I guarantee it's probably way well over 50. Understand? He has a forked tongue. He has a double tongue. He says one thing, he does the other. He's a liar. Understand? How many times have you been late on your rent or you're about to get evicted and they tell you one date that you can have the time to do it and it's not the date. You understand? Because he wants his money. He doesn't care for you, your kids, your husband. He doesn't care for none of that. He's a liar. You know what I'm saying? He says one thing and means the other. He has no feelings for blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. He barely hates. He hates himself. You see what's going on between Russia and Ukraine? You know what I mean? World War III. It's coming. It is here and it's coming. There's nothing these people can do about it. But as for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, your job to do is to come back into the scriptures. Your job is to come through the doors of the IHBK. Your job is to take your identity back and to realize what that means. That means to follow the law, statute, commandments of the Most High God. That means to be lawful. That means to be righteous. You understand? That means to be holy, to separate yourself from all these other peoples and destroy the old man and become a new man, and be righteous. You understand? That's what you're supposed to do as an Israelite. That's what you're supposed to do. You understand? And we're going to get into more of the scriptures. We're going to get into we're going to go back to the book of Genesis chapter 27 verse 23. Because knowing just knowing who you are. I'm saying, like for instance, like we're the only people who don't know who we are. We don't have our language. You know what I'm saying, if you're not 9HBK, you don't know who you are. You're walking around here thinking that you're an African American, a Jamaican, or a Haitian, or a Puerto Rican. Again, Puerto Rico means rich port. A Dominican means dog. You understand? A Brazilian. You understand? You think you're from a Chilean. You think you're from Colombia. You're Colombian. You understand? But you are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You are of the lost 12 tribes of Israel. That's who you are. You understand? That is your identity, and it's time that you take it back. You know what I'm saying? It's imperative. You know what I'm saying? It behooves you for you to take it back because this is who you are, and it means something. It means you have a responsibility. It means you have things you have to do as an Israelite man and woman. You have things you have to do for the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? Following the law, statute, commandments is our way of life. Is our constitution. We have no constitution in America. You know what I'm saying? We've been lied to, deceived by the deceiver. You know what I'm saying? When you read We the People, it's not talk about your black behind, your Hispanic behind, your Native American behind. It's not talk about you. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't even considered a whole man. To this day, I believe you're still considered 3/5 of a man. You know what I'm saying? This is your constitution. You understand? Salakia. Where's it at? This is your constitution. Right here. This. You know what I'm saying? The words of the Most High God given to blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. And we're so ignorant. We've been lied to by the white man, believing that this is a white man's book. You understand? That everyone can follow the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to be a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can be a Christian. You could be East Indian a Christian, a Chinese a Christian, an African a Christian. You know what I'm saying? You could be Puerto Rican a Christian if you're lost. You know what I'm saying? A Haitian a Christian, you understand? But you cannot be an Israelite. Being an Israelite is through blood. You know what I'm saying? It's through being the seed of Jacob. You understand? And the Bible said there are indicators of who my people are. If you read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, you understand? Who we are as a people. You understand? We are people of honor. We are a people of glory. We are a people of the Most High God. We are a peculiar people. We are a treasure upon the Most High God. As the scripture say, and I'm paraphrasing it, you understand? And we must come back to him. We must come back to him. We must come back to him, come back to the Most High God, and he will show him. He will show us his face again. You understand? So we have to come back to the Most High God and pray. We must come back to the Most High God and realize who we are. You are an Israelite. If we are not to do what these other people do, we are not to be tricked by the deceiver again, by the devil, the European, the oppressor. Because that's what he is. Everywhere he goes, he lies. Everywhere he goes, he kills. Everywhere he goes, he starts war for things he wants because he can't. He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to share. You understand? He doesn't know how to be what you would call diplomatic. He doesn't know peace. He can't trade evenly. He's gonna say he's gonna trade, but he's gonna kill you, take yours, and keep his. I mean, this is the history of the man, and the history of these people goes back into Esau, how he is, what he is, how disgusting he is, how much of a lie he is. You know what I mean? They say the apple doesn't fall from. The saying is the apple doesn't fall from the tree, and it's true. It's true. Once black, Spanish, Native American Indians know that we are the seed of Jacob, we are honored. We are the honorable vessel. We are the righteous people. Because Jacob was a righteous man. He was a prince of power. The reason why, it's like it. Israel means prince of power. I say power is God. We are the prince and princesses of God. You know what I'm saying? The word God just means power. That's what it means. You know what I'm saying? The word God means power. We are princes, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and princesses. So Black, Hispanics, Native American, Indian women and children, we are prince and princesses of the power of the Most High God. And we are seed of an honorable vessel. You understand? To keep these laws, to keep these statutes, and to keep these commandments. You understand? Because we have to know who we are. We have to know who he is. And we're gonna go deep into who he is still. To know to stay away from him, to know not to do his ways, to know to know what kind of beast he is and how he lies. So let's get back into the book of Genesis, chapter 27, verse 33. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, where is he that hath taken venison, and brought it to me? And I have eaten all before that thou comest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. This is when this is when Esau, not Slocky, this is when Isaac was on his deathbed. He was dying. You understand? He told his son Esau to go to the field and give me venison, my favorite venison, and he'll make it. But Rebecca heard this, and Rebecca heard this and told Jacob, yo, go fetch me two kids, go fetch me two venisons, so I can cut it and prepare it in a way that your father would like it before he dies, so that he may bless you. And Jacob, being a just man at this time, being a just righteous man, he said, no, mother, I'm paraphrasing, I don't want to do it because then I'll be seen as a liar. But one thing Jacob didn't know, one thing Esau didn't know, and one thing Isaac, their father, didn't know, that the angel of God, the Lord, came to Rebekah and told her, I choose Jacob. I choose Jacob to be the ruler. I choose Jacob to have my promises. I choose Jacob over Esau. You understand? And there's a reason for that. We're going to get into that, but we're going to finish that right here. You understand? Verse 34. And when Esau heard, and when you hear Esau, remember Esau is Edom. His name got changed to Edom. His spiritual name is Edom for the characteristic he is, for what he does, for eating raw meat and being just disgusted. You know what I'm saying? These are the European people who rule over us. You understand? And don't get it twisted. When you see a poor European man or white man of European descent, don't feel sorry for him, because you know why? Even though he may be poor in a shelter or in a halfway house, he has more opportunity than you do. Because all he has to do is clean up, take a shower, get a shaving, and get a nice job, and he's better than you. You know what I'm saying? Because a system called white supremacy that's going on in this world right now. You ever heard of the term called being overqualified? That's a term they tell your black behind, Hispanic behind, Native American behind, you're too good. You understand? You're too good for this job, and you're gonna make my people, European people, look dumb. So they won't hire you, even though you're better. You're the best. You understand? So don't feel bad for no European man oppressor who's poor or down, because he has that same opportunity. Just take a shower, shave, and talk like them. You understand? Don't ever join them, like the scriptures say. But we're gonna keep reading. And Esau heard the word of his father, and he cried with a great, exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. You understand? He was mad. And you just got them reading the scriptures. What are you mad about? You sold your birthright. Esau sold his birthright, not knowing it belonged to him. And so he sold his birthright. But let's keep reading. Verse 35. And he said, thy brother came with stubbornly, and hath taken away thy birthright. Again, this is what he is, a liar and a deceiver. He said his brother Jacob has taken away his birthright. He lied. He lied before his father. He lied before the angels, and he lied before the Most High God. Even though the Most High God chose his younger brother, like the scripture said, he still lied. He said Jacob took away my birthright, knowing he sold his birthright for some raw meat and a drink, and said he despised it and it wouldn't profit him. And so this is just like the white man. If he loses, he gets mad and wants to kill everything. If he feels like the deal wasn't right, he gets the short end of the deal, he's gonna kill everything and take it, because this is his characteristic, you understand? And you're gonna see what he was blessed with to do that. You understand? But this is the blessing he's gonna receive from his father. What he was blessed with to do all the things he's done today since the beginning of time, since he came forth to be no oppressor. What blessing he was blessed to become oppressor, even though he's a liar, a thief, a murderer, a killer, and corrupt and dishonorable. Like the Most High God said in the verses, he is a dishonorable vessel. You understand? There's no change in him. You can't change this man. And it's crazy because when we're out there and we try to tell people, yo, don't be around these people. It be your own brother or sister. Most likely a foolish Christian woman coming to the aid of an oppressor. Coming to the aid of a European man saying, you don't have to hear that. Coming to hug them. You're mis That's why we tell our people to come out the Christian church. Because all the Christian church do for black, Hispanics, Native American Indians is make them docile, make them more weak. For men, make them effeminate or homosexual. So we gotta come out this Christian church because there's nothing there. The Lord is not there. You see what happened to the Brooklyn pastor, right? You see what happened to him? That doesn't happen in INCPK. That doesn't happen to men of the Lord. That doesn't happen to men of war. You understand? Because like the scriptures say in Exodus, the Lord is a man of war. So you have to keep fighting, whether it be spiritual or carnal or physical. We're fighters in INCPK. The Lord is a man of war. Every priest and prophet in this scripture is a fighter, one way or another. And you, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you have to take on that fighting spirit, that warrior spirit, to go against oppression, to go against all these injustices. Speak about it. You understand? Speak about it, live a righteous life. You understand? And just maybe, no, not maybe, Salakia. And when that time comes, the God of heaven that only loves blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, that only loves niggers, spicks, and savages, is going to send his son back down. It's going to send his son back down, Yahweh Mashiach, Jesus Christ, who we ignorantly call him, with the chariots, and he's going to see justice. And he's going to get all his people who believed in him, will come on those chariots and be protected. You understand? That's your job as a black Hispanic Native American man, to live righteous. You understand? To know who you are as an Israelite and to separate from this beast, from this man, from this oppressor, from Esau, from Edomites. You understand? From Europeans, from white people. Because these people are deceivers, no matter what. No matter what. So we're going to keep reading. Salakia. Verse 36. And he said, is not the right name Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. Salakia. These 2 times. So again, he's lying. This is Esau lying, saying he supplanted me these 2 times. There was nothing Jacob did unrighteously. You understand? Nothing. Keep reading. Salak, we want to keep reading. He took away my birthright. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessings. And he said, hast thou not received a blessing from me? You understand? This lets you show you how far and how deep he will continue to lie. Esau, the European, will lie. He'll lie till Christ come back. He'll lie till the Most High God shows his face like he didn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? He'll lie till he dies. This is what he is. He is a devil, and the word devil means deceiver, and we are not to be like him. You understand? The book of Salaki, the book of Amos say, don't. I'm paraphrasing. Don't follow his ways. Don't follow the ways of the heathen. You understand? And lying is the way of this nasty, disgusting beast. Because that's what he does. He lies. You can't sign no treaty with this man because he will renege. You cannot do that. You understand? This man will lie everywhere he goes. His tongue caused war. Didn't we just spend a whole 20 years? Not we, Slovakia. Didn't America spend a whole 20 years in the Middle East because of so-called, what you call them? What you call them? Weapons of mass destruction? The whole 20 years of fighting. It became a war of terror. It became a war of mass destruction. It became a war of Al-Qaeda. It became a war of ISIS. And there was no weapons of mass destruction. It's a lie. You understand? Because he wanted something over there and didn't get it. He didn't get it. The whole war of 20 years off of a lie? This is the man who's ruling the world right now. Who the world looks at him and he has everybody underneath his knee. Yeah, the other heathens, they follow him because this man is a war criminal. This man is wicked. You know what I'm saying? He's the big bad wolf. He's the apex beast among the other beasts in the field. You understand? Well, let's keep reading. Salakia. Verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have to give to him for Slakia, to him for servant. You know what I'm saying? So this is the blessings. This is the promise that was supposed to go to Jacob. That the Most High God sent an angel and spoke to Rebecca. You understand? The world, you know what I'm saying? The world, all of his brothers, all the world is going to come to Jacob. It's going to come the black, Hispanics, Native American Indians, Israelites, and serve us when the kingdom of heaven come by. This is the blessing that Esau thought was going to come to him. You understand? You know what I'm saying? This is the blessing that Esau thought he sold. You know what I'm saying? But it was never meant for him. It was never meant for Esau to get this blessing. Because again, the Most High God did not choose Esau. And we're going to get into that real soon. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. It would corn, it would wine, I have Salakia. I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? You understand? Verse 38. And Esau said to his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. See, Esau, again, this is how the European man is. He's a sore loser. You know what I'm saying? This man will slaughter everybody and murder everybody for what he wants, for his gains. And then when it's his turn, he'll cry and beg for mercy. He'll cry and beg for justice. He'll say, no, it's not fair. You deserve what's coming to you. You deserve the punishment, the judgment of the Most High God for what you've done, for what your forefathers have done. I mean, when you look at black, Spanish, Native American Indians, and condition Britain, we deserve everything that's going to us because our forefathers sinned. Our forefathers turned from the Most High God. That's why we're going through these curses. You understand? That's why we're the further we're high. We're number one in incarceration. Incarceration. We're number one in being murdered. We're number one in all these diseases. You understand? These are the curses upon the Most High God. Now, when the shoe is on the other foot and it's your turn for the oppressor to go down, he's going to cry. He's going to say it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna weep and cry aloud like it shouldn't happen to him. Because again, this is who he is. His forefathers like this, and that's how he acts. You understand? This is how Esau is. This is how he's a deceiver. This is why he's a devil. You understand? This is exactly why he's a devil. Salakia. And this is the exact reason, if we go to the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13, you know what I'm saying? For this exact reason why the Most High God said this very thing. You understand? And it can't be a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence in this Bible. There's no such thing as a coincidence when it comes to the scriptures. You understand? And we're going to read, and it says right here, the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 13, as it is written, meaning as it was written before time. The book of Romans is New Testament. When it says as it is written, it's talking about everything written before them. Because what they had was the Old Testament. You understand? And what we're reading is the New Testament of what Paul's writing right here. So as it says right here, as it is written, Salakia, Jacob have I loved. Because Jacob was the vessel of honor. Jacob was the vessel of honor the Most High God made. You understand? The Most High God made Jacob, made Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to be honorable. And we're only honorable if we follow these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. And no matter what the Christian church say that the laws are done away with, it's a lie. The laws are not done away with. Christ himself said these laws were not done away. He said, I'm paraphrasing, I have not come to destroy the law, I have not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. So when you look at your Christian pastor and he tells you the law is done away with, you know he follows his oppressor. He's doing the ways of the oppressor. He's following the devil that the Bible speaks of, and he's lying like he does. Understand? It reads again, Salakia. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau is the Edomites. Esau is your oppressor. Esau is the European man. Esau is white people. When you read the scriptures and it says Esau, or when it says Edom, the Edomites, that is the European man. You understand? That is your Portuguese man. That's your Spaniard, the Spanish man. That's the Italian. That's the Irish. That's the Scot man. That's the Scot. That's the Scottish. That's the British man. That's the German. You know what I'm saying? That's the Russian. You know what I'm saying? People from that area, from Europa. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau. And it reads right here, again, for Jacob I love, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, but Esau, Europeans, Esau have I hated. You have to realize this is why he hates him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't write this. I don't write poetry. I didn't write the Holy Bible. I didn't write the King James Version Bible. I didn't write that. This is the words of God. It says, Esau have I hated. You understand? And when you read the book of Genesis, let's go back to the book of Genesis, chapter 22. You know what I'm saying? When Esau is accusing his brother of stealing his birthright, you understand? Accusing his brother of duping him twice. Of saying you tricked me twice. How? How did you trick me twice? Even though it's unbeknownst to the father and the two sons that the birthright was going to go to Jacob the whole time, Rebecca knew. How did he dupe you? How did he lie to you when you served when you sold your birthright like the scriptures said? When you sold your birthright, like the scriptures said, and you said out of your mouth, it will not profit me. And you said out of your mouth, I despise my birthright. You understand? Because you know why? You profess yourself to be wise, but you became foolish. You know what I'm saying? This is the characteristics of a European man. This is the man who made who came up with the nuclear bomb. You know what I'm saying? Your hydrogen bomb, your A bombs, whatever. And instead of using it to have energy, a renewable source of energy, because you can use nuclear power. Use that power and we're good. He made a weapon of mass destruction out of it. You know what I mean? And since the two bombs in Japan, he made them stronger. I live right here in Long Island. They dropped if a nuke when a nuke comes and hits Manhattan, I'm going to be able to feel it from here, all the way in West Bubba F. Salakia. He made that bomb stronger. And instead of using that power to power the world, he's going to use that to destroy the world. Because again, like the scripture said, Esau is the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? You see how the world is. The world's on fire. Over there in Europe, I believe Greece is on fire. Wildfires, you understand? The monkeypox. Right after COVID-19, monkeypox. And it's running heavily it's running heavily, rampantly in the homosexual community. You understand? So when they tell you, oh, that's a hoax, that's all that, Google the news, Google information. You know what I'm saying? Go watch the news. These are scientists saying, proving that this is a sexual transmitted disease. You understand? And it's different from HIV/AIDS because now you have a marker. You have these bumps in your face looking like a Nestle Crunch bar to let you know that, hey, you're a homosexual. Or B, you're sexually active. You had sex with a homosexual, a lesbian man, a lesbian woman, or a homosexual man. And so you can't hide that no more. And these people are still gonna have homosexual unlawful sex. You know why? Just like in the story, just like in the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, when they were struck and blind, they still wanted to have sex with those men who are angels. Understand? But this is the world. This is the world where Esau says that's cool. Alternative love is a thing now. And the Most High God said, nah, it's not. It's an abomination, like it says in the book of Leviticus. Understand? Homosexuality is an abomination. And now we have monkeypox, so now you can't hide. You can't hide that you are an abomination, that you take upon unlawful sex. Now it's all on your face. It's on your tongue. It's on your hands, and you're in pain. You understand? If you watch the captain speak about on Across the Line Radio Thursday night, Slovakia, they said it feels like when you sit down, it feels like sitting on a shard of glass. So if you're at your workspace and someone can't sit, you know. You know. You know what I mean? You know. But this is the world that Esau runs. You know what I'm saying? A man who professed himself to be wise, but he became foolish. And he became foolish, as we read, for selling a birthright. You became foolish when you lied before your father, the angels and the Most High God, saying that your brother Jacob, who's the father of Israel, and Israel, so-called Black Hispanics, Native American Indians, when you lie, you are a foolish man. These are foolish people. You understand? A foolish people who don't know how to share, who don't have no compassion for no one else for himself. He don't even have compassion for his own people. Again, we just got to speak upon that. You understand? These are people we cannot act like. These are people who do not know the laws, the statutes, and the commandments and judgments of the Most High God. But being the poor black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, woman, and child, you should want to draw to the Most High God. For the Most High God has chosen you. You understand? The Most High God chosen people that the world hates. Because you're chosen. You're an Israelite. You are a prince and princess of power. And as a black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, Israelite, we have to come back to the Most High God and know who your enemy is. And the Bible speaks of who the devil is the European man. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. So we're going to continue reading. Salakia. Verse 39. Oh, Salakia. But let's go back to verse 36. Salakia. Where it says, and he is not, Salakia, and he is not rightly, Salakia. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me twice, supplanted me these two times, and took away, Salakia, and took away my birthright, and behold, Salakia, now he has taken away my blessings. And he has said, hast thou not received a blessing from me? Again, this is the power of this is what he is. He's a deceiver, you understand? And a lying tongue is something the Most High God does not love. You understand? This is why the Most High God hates him. Because he is the devil of deceiver. He lies. And he does not know the law. You understand? We go to the book of Ezekiel, Slacking. Go to the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 16. Bear with me, Israel. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, Verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy brother, against thy neighbor. You understand? Bearing false witness is lying. Esau in the scripture we read in the book of Genesis, he bare false witness and called his brother a thief. He called his brother a trickster, you understand? Which is a lie. And when it says, again, against thy neighbor, when you read neighbor, that is your brother. At the time, Esau and Jacob were brothers. They were brothers. But the Most High God seeded that they are not brothers. And as you see right now, between blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and European people, we are not brothers. We are not. For his hatred towards us is perpetual. You know what I'm saying? The lies he put upon us is perpetual. You understand? This is what he does. He does not know how not to bear. He does not know not to bear false witness against thy brother. You understand? Because he is a liar. He's a deceiver. You understand? But we can do it. We can find this again. How much he's a liar, a deceiver. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning, from how he come out the womb. You understand? Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 3. And it reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. You understand? This is the characteristic they have of Esau. That wicked, Salakia, that wicked that are estranged from the womb are European people, you understand? Or Esau. It's Esau, Edomites. You know what I'm saying? White people. They lie from the wounds. They are straight from the womb and they speak lies. You understand? They call blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men and they're sexual predators. Sexual predators. But when you do when you do the statistics, the highest rate, the highest sexual predators and deviants are European men and European men. You understand? And if you've been paying attention to the news, European women, they're in middle school having sex with our kids, our children. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna have sex with a seventh grader black boy or eighth grader black boy? You understand? So that's a lie right there with statistics that we are the sexual deviants. We are hypersexual predators. Whatever that crap they told us, it's a lie. It's not true. They speak lies upon us. They don't know not to bear false witness on thy brother. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, verse 13. You understand? Because his tongue, his wicked tongue, his double tongue has caused wars, like we said. And you don't have to you don't have to hear my word. I don't write poetry, you understand? I don't write the word of God. I'm just giving it to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, Salakia. The men of the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, the men of the Lord, you understand? We're giving back our people the scriptures, you understand? Because I'm paraphrasing the scriptures when it said what was written aforetime was for our learning and our patience of a hope. I'm paraphrasing the scriptures, you understand? Because that's what we need right now. That's what we need in the year 2022 is for us to come back to the Most High God. We need to come back to the Most High God and understand who we are and who our enemy is. And our enemy, our main adversary is Esau, Edomites, European people, white people. You know what I'm saying? You may work with them at the job. You be cordial. You understand? You can be cordial, talk, hey, what's going on, what time it is. Yeah, be like that. You understand? Because we're not the same. We don't want to hunt them down and drag them out of their houses and hang them. We don't want to do that. We don't want to burn them. We don't want to cut their fowls off, their rods off, because we are not a dishonorable vessel. We are a vessel of honor. We have the laws, the statute, commandments of the Most High God. You understand? But we're going to keep reading. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, in the Apocrypha, verse 13. Curse the whisperers and the double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. You understand? This is saying the gossipers, the one who spread rumors, the whisperers, and the double tongue, the one that say one thing but really means the other. Again, we spoke about when the war was over there in the Middle East for weapons of mass destruction. That's a double tongue. You lied and really meant another thing. You went over there for oil. You went over there for gold. Whatever it was, you didn't find the weapons of mass destruction. And when you couldn't find weapons of mass destruction, it became a war of terror. And it became a war against Al Qaeda. And then ISIS. And then whatever was next. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? You lost. It was the modern day Vietnam. America lost. Got up out of there and things went back to how it was before you got there. You understand? You wasted money. You wasted time of America. Good job. You understand? But this is what he does. You speak lies of where there was peace. There was peace over there. Over there in the Middle East with the Ishmaelite people. You understand? But you went over there and you caused war. What you're lying behind, with your lies. We're going to keep reading. We're going to go down to verse 14. Verse 14. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many and drove them out of nations to nation. You understand? How many people fled their houses because they seen missiles being shot down, destroying their villages? You understand? Predator Jones came out and Tomahawk missiles landed in their villages and they had to flee. Everywhere you go, this oppressor, whether it's with a drone strike or sword and a bow and arrow, he goes wherever he pleases and causes war with a lying tongue. You know what I'm saying they're going to get us, saying they have something we need because it fits what he wants to do. It decides him because he can't control himself. You understand? He does that because what he was blessed with. You understand? We want to keep reading. Salakia. Strong cities had strong city had it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men. You understand? Everywhere he goes with these lies, with his lies that cause war, he's overthrown great cities. You understand? He's destroyed many people, mighty men upon the earth. You understand? With his lies and his deceit and his destruction. You understand? This is what we're dealing with. This kind of beast, this so-called man, who he is. And we're going to go back to the book of Genesis, Salakia. The book of Genesis, chapter 27. Bear with me. Bear with me, Israel. Chapter 27, verse 38. No, Salakia. Yeah, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even also, Salakia, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered, said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be thy fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heavens above. Verse 40. And by the sword shall thou live. Right there. That's how Esau is able to do what he does upon the planet Earth. You understand? He's blessed with the sword. And the sword has one function, you know what I'm saying? It may be a metaphor, but the sword has one function. The sword is war. Esau, the oppressor, European people, white people, they're blessed with the art of war. Everywhere they went on this planet Earth, they've caused war. The Crusades, the war in the Middle East, Vietnam War, the Korean War, Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the wars in the Caribbean with the pirates, the wars over here, the Mediterranean wars. It's war. You understand? He is blessed with the sword. Today, now the sword has changed from a sword to a spear, to a bow and arrow, to a gun, all the way to the Predator drone missile. That's still the sword. The nuclear bomb is a sword. He's blessed with warfare. That's why he's able to do what he does. He lies. He tells you what it is, what he wants you to believe what it is, with his propaganda. You know what I'm saying? His media. He lies and tell you that it's war. It's a war on terrorists. You understand? Tell you it's a war to find weapons of mass destruction. But really, he wants oil. He wants gold. He wants his politics, his democracy over there, so he can run things over there. So he can put a puppet over there, so he can get the resources of whatever land he's conquering. This is what he's been doing since day one. He's blessed with the weapon. He's blessed with warfare. He's blessed with the sword. And this is why he's able to destroy many people. He's able to destroy many nations in the world because he was blessed to fight. He was blessed to kill. It doesn't mean it's not always up front. He'll go out there to the village while the men are at war that nation, like it did to the Native American Indians. You understand? He'll wait till the men leave and go back to the village and murder the mother and the children of those people. Because that's how much of a savage he is. That's how much of a coward he is. He'll kill the women and children while the men aren't there. He'll kill the weak instead of the strong. He'll drain the strong, get them weak, and not fight him in a fair fight. And then when he finds he's weakened them, you know what I mean, by planting his seeds, by planting his molds, by planting his, you know what I'm saying, by doing his cowardly things, because he's blessed with war and blessed with a lying tongue. Slakia. Now blessed with a lying tongue, but made with a lying tongue. Slakia. He's able to do the things he does. You understand? He's able to come into other nations and just control stuff. Sometimes a gunshot might not even happen. He can plant a traitorous man in the nation he wants to take, and he can stage a coup And the white man, the European man, could just waltz up in there and say, "Hey, you're the public figure, but I run things." And then he's been doing that for years. He's been doing that since forever. He's doing that in Africa. So what? Who cares about Africa? I'm just giving you an example. You know what I'm saying? He tried to do that in the Middle East, but I don't think it worked. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work. Understand? But this is who he is. He's a liar. He's blessed with the sword and able to do the things he does. So we're going to keep reading. Salakia. In thy sword shall thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. You understand? Because Jacob again was blessed. He was blessed with the promise. The promise went to Jacob, and Jacob's name got changed to Israel when he wrestled with the angel. You understand? The promise to inherit the kingdom. The promise to inherit the kingdom of heaven went on to Jacob, who was Israel, and Israel's seed, which is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the lost 12 tribes. You understand? And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that shall break his yoke from his neck. You understand? So he was supposed to let us go. You understand? After all that chattel slavery, prisons, he was supposed to let us go. But as you see, as 2020 in the year 2022, he still has his foot on our necks. You understand? He has Hispanic, Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters still in cages by the borders, and no one talks about it today. And no one talks about that today, and it's a crime. It's a crime. He won't let us go, and if he's not killing us, he's writing a new bill, a new legislation, a new bill to keep you locked up. The RICO laws, the three-strike rules. You understand? He made Section 8 where if a black or Hispanic woman, they want a house, they cannot have that man in the house. This is how he is. You understand? He wants to disrupt the black and Hispanic, the black household. When I say black, that means black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian because we're all black. A black man is Hispanic, and a Hispanic man is black, and a Native American is all. You understand? We are all one nation. We are Israelites. We are the lost 12 tribe of Israel, from Jacob all the way down to Issachar. That's what it is when you see an Hispanic man, a black man, and a Native American man. You understand? But his ways, his law, you understand? He doesn't have to kill you. He doesn't have to pull a trigger to kill you. His pen is the sword too. His pen to make a law, like again, RICO law, the strike law, you understand? Section 8 for a mother. You understand? It's disgusting. Or again, like I said earlier, you are only overqualified for this job. That's white supremacy. That's the pen. You understand? But we're gonna keep reading. Verse 41. And this, I'm going to end it here because it's going to go on to my next class about who Esau is, who your oppressor is. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob, Salakia, for the blessings, wherewith his fathers blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, again, this is Esau. When you see Jacob in the Bible, that's blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you understand? And when you see Esau, that's European people. And if you're white in America, you are European descent. This is not your land. You know what I'm saying? You took this land from Native American people who are here in their exile from the Most High God. You understand? This is not your land. The Americas does not belong to so-called Italians, Germans, who are European descent in America. It does not belong to you. So when you see Esau in the Bible, that is a white person. That's the father of all European people. Again, it says, and Esau hated Jacob because the blessings were with his fathers blessed him. And Esau said in his heart. When you read the heart in your Bible, that's your mindset, not the thing that pumps blood through your whole body. Heart means your mind, your soul, how you behave, what you think. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. You understand? So his father passed. The days of mourning are done. You understand? He waited for his father to die. This is how sick and this is how slick, cunning, and deceptive Salakia. How he is. He waited for his father to die to do this, to make a promise. And then I will slay my brother Jacob. You understand? He said, I hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I hate Israelites. I'm going to kill you. When I see you, it's on sight. And when you look at blacks, Hispanics, Native American, Indian people, how we get gunned down unlawfully by cops, how we're in the prisons or being transported to prison, we come out fine, but we're paralyzed from the neck down. You understand? How we get killed in central in bookings, Sandra Bland's. You understand? Esau is killing blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, and so-called lost tribes of Israel. And saying this is what he said, and he's keeping up his word for his word from then to now. But as a black, Hispanic, Native American man, we have to come back to the Most High God. You understand? We have to follow the law, statute, commandments. We have to become a new man or a new woman, so the protection of the Most High God will be upon us. You understand? But again, that's my time. This is the ISUPK, come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, we would let the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians know that we are the true Jews, the true Israelites according to the Bible. And this is the ISUPK Long Island class. I am Priest and Officer of 50 Yahshua Miala. Shalom, Israel.